2/3 of Americans are at risk to experience blackout. You could be one of them, sitting in the dark and cold for hours, for days, maybe even weeks. Are you ready to protect your family? You could be with Patriot Power Solar Generator 2000X. Folks say this new solar generator from 4Patriots is worth its weight in gold. Why? Because this generator has double the capacity and is expandable so you can run the big appliances like your fridge even longer. Or other devices like an electric blanket, microwave, RV air conditioner, or even an electric wheelchair. You also get 12 outlets, including 4 AC outlets, so you can power more devices at once, and 2 USB-C outlets, which can charge your phone 20 times faster than a regular plug. Best of all, this new solar generator is fume-free, safe to use inside, and never needs gas, ever. Over 150,000 Americans trust Patriot Power generators. Go to 4patriots.com/VTTGW to get your solar generator now. You'll even get a solar panel included free.
Hey, what's up, trash talkers? Listen, it's impossible to fight, okay, if you don't know what you're fighting for. Does that make sense? Like, if you're in the dumps and you're struggling with mental health, things of that nature, it's going to continue tearing you down, all right? Because you're consistently trying to fight something, which is that demon, which is usually something from the past, right? Maybe that why needs to be fighting for your future. Let that be your why. Get the hell up and start fighting for your future. Stop fighting things that happened in the past. Easier said than done, right? Go seek help. It's okay not to be okay. A lot of people need to hear this. You are more of a warrior and a fighter if you stand up and say, hey, this has to stop. I need to go seek help. The stigma, everything has changed. It's okay not to be okay.
Here is a firm believer in all men are created equal, but not all men live equal. That is why there's a certain select number of people in the DoD who decided to jump out of airplanes. And yes, we are better than you. 100%. Now, don't be the first triggered pansy to say, well, airborne's not relevant. You haven't jumped since World War II. Well, that's not accurate, for one. And two, it's like having a jalopy or a 68 Mustang. Well, a 68 Mustang's no longer relevant. Doesn't matter. It's still a better car than yours. So take it easy this National Airborne Day and just accept that we are better than you.
So, 2 things for today's Honesty Cat. First thing, how do all my boys from the 101st feel knowing that the Army decided that instead of actually making you airborne, they would just create a whole new division that's airborne because you just aren't cutting it? It sucks. Thing number 2, for all the folks who were like, oh, airborne is irrelevant, doesn't even matter. They're making a whole new division of just airborne people because they're relevant. Think about that. How's that feel? Does it hurt a little bit? I hope it hurts a little bit.
This is the Veteran Trash Talk Hour, hosted by Nick, Dave, and Buddy. Real warriors making fun of other real warriors. Try to not get triggered.
What is up, Gruntworks Nation, Veteran Trash Talk? Welcome to episode 49 of the Trash Talk Hour. Special guests today are Michael Zamora and returning guest Jimmy Bates. And as usual, I'm here with Buddy and Nick. Happy Saturday, everybody. Cheers.
Yo,
What's up, guys?
what's happening?
Yo.
Hey,
what's
Jimmy.
up?
Yeah, we got. Hey, we confused Chandra in the chat already. She's like, it's National Airborne Day. I was like, no.
Not today.
No. We would let you know. You would know if it was.
Yes.
It's like, okay, I thought I was being retarded. Well, maybe.
You are retarded.
But,
Welcome
Jesus,
to the
Jimmy.
Talk Hour.
Stop.
There's Jimmy. Hey, everybody.
Jimmy.
It's Jimmy.
Hey, don't worry, Chandra. Jimmy is just a guest. He can say whatever he
Yes. Thanks for tuning in, Chandra. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah.
wants. Yeah.
What's new?
Yeah.
Anything new going on?
I do have a
No?
gripe that I just realized. I just realized it like 20 seconds ago. So I share this to all the groups that I'm a part of, and Mike's group's one of them that I share with, and I just again, I'm part of like the Charlie 2505, the Alpha Company 2505, all these groups. Right?
The Charlie. The
You weren't
Charlie.
even in Alpha Company 2505.
I was for 3 months. Okay,
Stolen
3
valor.
months. 3
Stolen
months.
fucking valor.
Right? Yeah. So when we did that no notice deployment to the old Afghanistan, they took all the Ranger Tab guys and put them in ACO, except for so we could go do stuff. But no, I just realized that I was kicked out of the 235 group out of Cacti out of the 80s, out of the 25th Infantry Division. So I know they don't hear me right now, but I'm literally, I was inducted into your fucking regimental Hall of Fame, right? And so what?
You were kicked out? What'd you do?
Because they said no promotional post in there. And I'm like, motherfucker, it's a podcast with veterans.
man.
What's wrong with you? So
Come on, man.
But then they wonder why their organization is losing money. I don't know. You fucking boomers, man. It's all boomers. Can we say that Jimmy's a boomer? That's okay. But
Is Jimmy a boomer? I don't think Jimmy.
he looks like it. Maybe it's just bad lighting. So
I'm a
I don't know. No, but that's it. That's all that was new with me. Literally like 2 seconds ago.
I'm excited. I want to say congratulations to Tyler. My son just joined the Army. So he'll be leaving for basic training in August. Super pumped. 35 Fox. Yeah.
Never heard of her.
He scored a little bit higher on the ASVAB than I did. I don't get to go on that.
Oh, that
But,
is something
yeah.
new that's going on. We got Jody saying go Brewers. Yep. Pitchers and catchers have reported to spring training, and they are already playing games.
Who are the
Baseball
Brewers?
season here. Baseball season. They're right there in Arizona, right by you, homie.
Jesus.
I know. I'm just fucking around.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking around. Yeah.
Speaking of the ASVAB, you
But
all want
any-
to hear what I said?
What happened?
They bring kids in the Army. They pay them they put the uniform on. They pay them, and they send them to fast class to start with because they're not smart to pass the ASVAB. They give them 6 weeks to pass the ASVAB.
You cheated through that
Well,
too. We all cheated on
Yeah,
that.
the Navy currently, and I need to look into the details, but with the Navy, you currently don't even need a degree to join. Like, you don't even need a high school diploma.
Oh wow.
Like, yeah, and then Cat 4s have been open for the Army, so that's like 17 plus. They've been open for the Army for like a year. Mhm.
Love it. Just
They need to
absolutely love
revamp
it.
they need to revamp the ASVAB, though, in my opinion, because like you'll look at some of these kids that score like a 29, but their line scores are all super high. So like their technical scores or mechanical scores, So I don't know. Like the ASVAB just needs to be relooked at, in my opinion.
Why?
Why? Yeah.
No,
I-
the
I know.
SFAB doesn't need
It's
to
like-
be looked at. The
it shouldn't
public
matter. It shouldn't-
education
it should-
system needs to be looked at.
Like, well, you're
Not the
I
test.
feel like no, but your
This is actually very, very close to my book of Earl. This is actually very, very close to my book of Earl.
Like,
Okay, well,
I think the scores that matter. The scores that matter are your line scores, right? How good you're going to perform.
None of
in
us
that
know.
job.
We
That's
just
why
did,
you
we just
qualify
did what
for
we
your
were
job.
told. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
if you know how to read the
That's
test,
why we're all
that's
infantry, because we all scored 31s when we joined.
Yeah. Well,
Hey,
I just
I'll
brought-
tell you this right now. It's like I fell asleep through my ASVAB, and I woke up
cheated
and it
on
was
mine.
pitch black, and I came out of there. I was like, and I still made it through. I was like, all right.
I cheated and I found out that we didn't have the same test, so my scores were all fucking wrong. Like, damn it! I thought the same test.
Oh shit! Yeah. Oh, no.
here's a question: If
You
the
scored
Army-
100 on the other one.
if the army sent you a letter and they were
Mhm.
like, hey, we want you to come back, you can keep your retirement, your disability, whatever you got, but we need you to come back as a specialist. We'll pay you specialist pay. You can come back as a specialist. Bitch, I'd come back in a heartbeat. I'd be
Would
the
you
worst
really?
fucking specialist that's ever fucking lived. Sarge, eat a dick, Big Sarge.
That,
Hey, need you to get out here. Hey, we need this foxhole dug. You better call an engineer.
Yeah, I know you got engineers. I mean, and they even pre-fill
Oh, no, I'm
sandbags now,
done,
so
bro.
you don't
I'm
done
done.
filling that up. So
Yeah.
I mean, all I did was take a bottle of Grey Goose to somebody, and S1 on my GT was a 112. That's how it works. Now I can go SF.
Nick's joining the army again because they're going
I
to
have to
recall
be,
his ass.
Yeah, they're gonna, what,
Just to
they're
give him
gonna,
UCMJ and then kick him back out.
yeah, they're gonna recall me and drop my SF packet that didn't work anyway. So
I had a really good buddy that joined the army. We went to a school together at one point, not to be named, so that he isn't found out. But when they were doing his security clearance, they were like, "Hey, we can't find this high school that your diploma's from," and he was like, "Well, yeah, I bought it from my recruiter," and they were like, "What?"
Wow.
And he was like,
that sounds
"Yeah,
like a Danny
I paid
Luke
my
thing.
recruiter. I paid my recruiter $300. He said it'd be fine, and he got me this motherfucker had gone through. He had college. He had all this other shit, and was in the twilight of his career when they were like, "Yeah, but this high school diploma." He was like, "Yeah. I was busy dealing meth then. I couldn't fucking go to high school."
That was that whole diploma mill scandal that I think it was in California, but when they were fucking just printing fucking high school diplomas
That's
and
wild.
all those kids were joining. Yeah.
Yeah, might as well. We got Sven Dunkel. That sounds like one of your friends, Dave, saying hi. So I don't
Sven.
know. Like, Sven
Sven
Dunkel.
Dunkel.
It's
Dunkel.
Sven. Yeah.
Dunkel
Shut
means
up.
dark in German. Dunkel. Yeah.
No, it's not even German.
Yeah.
So.
I'm pretty sure that's.
Buddy finally has the beard back. What's up?
Oh, hey,
PJ?
that's something new. Hey, PJ, you could come on our fight show where we told you who to bet on last week, and you made a bunch of money. You could have came on there and said, "Thanks, guys." I know it was a little early in the morning, but you could have. I'm just saying, could have came there. Whatever. We all got a little taste of Tuporia last week.
And PJ, my beard is
Hey, I'll be right
nowhere
back.
near as cool as yours.
Right.
Oh yeah, well wait, Jimmy.
You gonna go pee again, Jimmy?
Man, what
Jesus,
the fuck?
you got the bladder of a child.
He doesn't
German
want to
Air
talk about
Force.
conspiracy
Non-combat.
stuff.
Wait, the Germans have an Air
Non-combat
Force?
net. Yeah. Die Luftwaffe.
What? No. I think the Luftwaffe. I don't think we allow that
they
anymore.
disbanded that one. Hold on, Dave.
I thought we got rid of that one.
You're gonna get us in fucking trouble. Fucking Dave in here talking about Luftwaffes and shit. I use one for I like body wash, so I use one of those.
I use a Luftwaffe too for my
A
body
loofah?
wash.
You was a loofah?
Back in '93, wasn't there still East
Damn.
and West Germany in '93? I don't know.
No.
91?
89,
like
89 that was taken
89.
care of.
I'm pretty sure it was
89.
91.
No, 89.
Yeah, I'm looking it up.
I remember when it
You
happened.
look it up.
I was watching it on TV.
It
You were
felt
like fucking 4. All right.
no, was it? I was
No.
Not you. You're a grandpa.
fuck. I was actually living in Germany until right before that, and then I left, and then they took the wall down because they were like,
It was
"Oh, shit."
89.
Not when the wall went down. When they officially ended East and West Germany.
When the wall came down.
When the wall went down.
Just because they
Yes.
tore down the wall.
Yeah.
I
it was
apologize.
89.
I got family from out of town. They were just-
Officially reunited in 1990. All right.
That's right after '89. I don't know if you know
And
that.
I said 91, so we're right in between. All right.
Chandra says 89 as well.
Shut it. Well,
That's-
Chandra,
That's done deal.
you're the reason why the ASVAB sucks. It's 1990 officially.
Anyway,
Anyways, Dave, what are we supposed to talk about today?
Let's
The
see.
fire's already
So
started.
we actually this could be like an entire show on this. We've talked about it briefly, but we're gonna talk about the Vatican and like the secrets that it holds. So it's gonna be kind of an open discussion on what you guys think. And I sent Chris a video. So Chris, go ahead and play that video for us.
Oh shit.
is it gonna have words?
Places that are forbidden to visit. The Vatican's secret archives. This area of the Vatican serves as a massive storage space for many documents that we have no clue what they are. It's the largest known collection of Catholic books and literature. There are letters from famous figures ranging from Abraham Lincoln to Mary, Queen of Scots. These documents range all the way back to the 8th century. Most of the documents are located underground with over 53 miles of shelves. It is forbidden for anyone to enter unless you have special access. Even with special access, there are multiple limitations on what you can actually see. Something kind of interesting is the current Pope Francis has announced next year he's going to allow documents to be accessed from the secret vault. These documents are related to Pope Pius and his connection to Hitler during World War II. There are so many conspiracy theories on what could actually be in these secret archives. They range from aliens, Illuminati, predicted apocalypse, and even the missing chronovisor. Like and follow for more videos like these.
Why like, and follow.
I already have a problem.
I got a problem too.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Yeah, we'll get to that. So obviously the Vatican, I mean, most people know that it's its own country. One of the most protected places in the fucking world. Like I think like it ranks up there with like the Pentagon and all kinds of stuff. So like there's all kinds of crazy shit that goes on there from ancient artifacts and stuff. I truly believe that, you know, being that Catholicism is one of the mainstream religions and one of the top religions that they control. I feel like religion controls people. All right. Nothing against religious folk because I am religious as well. I'm spiritual, right? But I don't tie into the mainstream religion. So I do think there are a lot of things there that they're not sharing, whether it's ancient technologies or aliens or artifacts that would maybe change or rewrite history, right? So I definitely think there's some crazy stuff down there and they're keeping it secret. And yeah, that's my take. Zamora, what's your take on the Vatican? Are there any crazy secrets there? Or is it just, you know, just some like ancient artifacts, nothing, no big deal? And a bunch of
Everything's
files. Whoops, did I say that?
everything's founded off something. I mean, it honestly sounds like you read the Da Vinci Code a couple times and just ripped it
I
out of
watched
there.
the movie. Yeah.
And just yeah.
So I base my whole life off of movies.
But yeah, it's just it's wild. I mean, our government has secrets. Like there's stuff we can't look into, the Pentagon. I mean, we know more than enough folks that have blacked out ERBs just because of that. So I mean, there's always something. Everybody's hiding something.
Okay. All right. So just secrets, not quite sure what they are. Is your take? Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Jimmy,
Yeah.
what do you got?
It's all a big fucking racket. They're hiding nothing and everything all at the same time.
All right, I love it. I think that what was the conspiracy when you were on the show last time, Jimmy?
I don't
forgot
think we
what
were doing
covered.
conspiracies then.
No, we did when
Oh,
Jimmy
did we?
was on,
Yeah.
and he had one sentence, and it was good. He nailed it though. we went from there. Buddy, what's your take?
Look, here's my problem with the entire thing. This is what annoys me about TikTok and those little fucking videos anyway. They always start with like super secret. Nobody knows about this fucking room in the Vatican.
Well, we know about the
or
yeah.
except for this random dude on TikTok that apparently knows about it. Like, it's not a secret if everyone knows about it. Like Area 50,
53 miles, real quick. 53 miles is correct, PJ. You can look it up.
Area. What does my shit do that for? I don't understand. When
Well,
I do
no.
The hand gestures.
confetti flies, I don't get it. Anyway, but like I said, like Area 51, they're like, oh, it's a super top secret place. It's not. Everyone knows that it's there. It's not secret. You just can't get on it because you don't have access.
Well, the basin itself is pretty top secret, but the location is not necessarily unknown, obviously. But
Any
people like
base
fly to
that
work
you
and
don't
shit.
have
Like,
access to is top secret,
right,
basically.
right, cool.
Like, it's the
Well,
same thing. If
right.
you don't have a cat card,
So it
Fortnite
is secret.
top
So it is secret. The stuff that goes on there is secret. That's all I'm saying.
There's
I think you're battling semantics with him right now.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
my
I'm just saying on
secret
purpose because he was so
You're
fired
talking,
up before
you're
the show.
talking secret, like secret, not secret clearance.
Yeah.
Yeah. My point would be that
Jimmy, you go to the bathroom again?
Of
No.
course,
I'm getting
of
out of
course there are
chickens.
of course there are secrets in the basement of the Vatican. There are secrets in the basement of my house.
I'm the Alamo.
So
I was just in that basement, and there's a lot of shit in there, and I'm not sure you want to go through.
exactly.
Right?
So you're saying you're saying there's nothing crazy there, buddy. You're saying there's absolutely nothing crazy there, like because I mean there's like
course.
so much on it, like
There's also crazy shit with
predictions,
the
like
Smithsonian.
yeah, absolutely. I concur.
Yeah.
But so they don't have any secret knowledge of anything. They're just it is what it is. It's
If
just
the
like some
Catholics
ancient
had
artifacts and
secret
stuff.
knowledge of anything, then they would own all of Ireland. You know what I mean? Like, no, they don't have secret knowledge of like spaceships and shit. If they did, they would run the entire world. That's what I'm saying.
And they almost did at one point.
They kind of do
Well, they
run a
didn't.
lot.
They didn't have any of China. They got a lot of China. They got a lot of stuff.
China.
The Mongolians almost ruled the entire world. All they knew was how to ride horses better than everybody else.
Yeah.
I was really excited. I thought you'd have a better take on this, but
No.
I failed on that one.
I don't have a better
Yeah.
take. I think it's all.
We'll go back to the aliens or in the mall in Miami, I guess.
Yeah, well, that's
All right,
still not
all right,
proven,
buddy.
So take that.
No, I do agree with that. That's kind of wild. But anyway, Nick, what's your take?
All right.
I think you and
pay
I used to talk about this in the guard tower, didn't
Yeah, everybody pay attention. All right, now
we?
you think
I'm
you gotta
all
think about
ears.
it. You gotta think about it. You know what technology has done for the secret societies of the world, right? That thought
Mhm.
that they had control and power, when we all know that money controls everything. All right, that's number
Mhm.
one. And religion's second, right? So if you control one of those two, you have control. If you control both, you're in charge, right? But what we have figured out with the last alien outbreak is that because of technology, the whole secret society, we have documents on this, they don't matter anymore. Those are just rooms of books that have nothing in them. Okay. But they, just like J. Edgar Hoover back when the FBI started, all he had to do was whisper that he had knowledge of what you did wrong. And then all of a sudden he controlled your whole political campaign. Right. So it was just like, oh man, that better not come out. Now everything comes out and nobody gives a shit, because the majority of people who are actually quasi-educated, not even have to be fully educated, just quasi, could be like, yeah, I've been fucking told you that for years. Right? Like we all knew that.
Everybody's also like super desensitized at this point.
Because of technology. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
you
And
have
because of the media. Yeah. Yeah.
right, and but you know, like pre-show, Buddy's asking me something happened in El Paso. You know what he would have asked if anything helped in El Paso in 1995? He never would have asked that question. He'd have.
I mean, to
That
be
would've
fair,
done-
I didn't know Texas was a place in 1995.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Like,
I'm
it's just
from Alabama.
oh,
We don't do geology.
And we didn't have one of these right here. You know?
so my take is
Yeah.
this guy who made that video, right, is probably really dumb, and
Mhm.
like about 20 years behind the power curve on what he needs to be reporting.
Mhm.
Right? You're like, we don't need to be reporting on the Vatican. All right. We do know the Vatican has lots of history, right? Some of the oldest history on the planet recorded, right? And they just they wrote down that they killed everybody in fucking Central America when they first came over there through Spain. Is that what we want to find out? That's in that fucking analog book. We already know that happened, right? Like,
Mhm.
we already know it. And then so again, the Vatican, still has its voting base of uneducated people, and you're always going to have that, because why? They control the religion, right? And then they make you donate, and they control the money. So they control lots of people on this planet. And so again, it's a good thing that we live in America, right? Where for the most part, all of us can read. So it's like,
The ASVAB
for the most part,
the ASVAB conversation we had earlier proves that that's not right.
whether we're intelligent enough to apply what we read is different, buddy. So, very different.
I know letters.
The problem is that most history was verbal history, not written. A lot of it's written down.
Yeah.
A lot of it's written down. I need to include back in the day where they drew like a wheel on the wall.
Well, they drew paintings. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, there is no problem with history. I guess the problem, I would say, Sandra, is that with like I said, with technology now, and especially with AI, we could change history in 2 seconds, right? And like this is what we're looking at and talking about now. Again, but I just don't think the Vatican has any real power anymore. And like why? It just doesn't matter now. Like that video said, documents linking back to the Nazis and stuff like that. Yeah, they had power back then because there was no technology. So the word you got from the church was from the church. So the fact that they did not speak out against what Hitler was doing, now in 2024, we can kind of put 2 and 2 together without having to read a secret vault book that they were perfectly okay with whatever Germany was doing. So just saying.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
I can
aliens.
think. Yeah, aliens. Yeah, like I said, dude, we literally released pictures of aliens. Everybody was like, "Yeah, I fucking knew it the whole time." So like, it is what it is. So
That's where the desensitized comes from. Because like fucking 10 years ago, you talk about that shit, people call you crazy. Now it's just like, yeah, whatever.
right.
It's like on mainstream media and stuff. Whatever. Who gives a fuck?
But I
Yeah.
think it's got more
Wild.
to do that people are more interested at this point with what's going on in their normal. Like, here's the deal: if the Vatican has secrets in it, I
Yeah.
still got to pay my mortgage. It doesn't fucking matter to me. Like, I don't even care.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People are.
Well, there was a time that the Pope excommunicated, I think, the entire state of Nebraska.
Yeah.
You know, and so like, yeah, like, oh, or was it Missouri or something? I think it was one of the first states to like legalize like birth control, and it was like the Pope's like, nope, that state's toast. You can't go to heaven.
They have
Fuck
power.
off.
They got that. We talked about the telescope named Lucifer that's out here in Arizona. That they were
Yeah.
just like, we're putting
No,
that on
they-
top of that
well, yeah,
fucking
because-
mountain. And they were like, no, we're not putting that telescope there. And they're like, yes, we are. And it's owned by the Vatican.
Yeah, like you know, like George Soros says, you know, you control the money, you control the religion.
Yeah.
Like just
Oh.
that's what you got to do. So yeah, you control.
Mhm.
They got money. They still got their coffers, man. Those things are still full, right? They got plenty of that. But yeah, not really worried about the Vatican
Yeah.
anymore. Sorry,
Yeah.
like Buddy says, I'm still gonna go do whatever I gotta go do in the morning.
Yeah. That is
Pretty
accurate.
But
Yeah.
yeah, hey, well,
Yeah.
everybody, thanks for watching. We got a lot of viewers today. Greg, probably because there's no college football on Saturday, so I appreciate you, you know, spending your afternoon with us. Because I mean, I know that when the show's going on during college football, Buddy and I are paying half the attention to the show.
Generally watching TV. also.
Watching TV while the show's going on. But I'll make this quick, right? Because you know we got two guests on the show that need to talk about some awesome stuff that they're doing. But for those of you watching for the first time, all right, you know, Buddy gives his honesty cap, all right, which is usually pretty funny, been pretty suspect the last few times. And
Last one was good.
it was okay.
You're a suspect.
But you're
Swish.
buddy, your bar's like up here though. So
Yeah,
like,
but
when
yours-
when I say okay, it's like it's still fine.
My last one was on point.
I mean, I don't know if you're ever gonna beat the Ducks one. Like, well,
Hey.
you know, that
I
was
did.
pretty good.
Which one? Which one?
The Ducks and how they don't fly
Oh.
across the road. And then
Yeah. Mine's still all time is homeless pets.
yeah, homeless pets.
I don't like them either. Fuck.
I mean, the duck one even had my daughter like laughing in tears.
duck
Like,
was- the duck was good too, yeah. Always
But-
beating dogs. Yeah, PETA had hit us up for that one.
And
Yeah.
I also got to hurry up too before Jimmy falls asleep.
Yeah.
But
All right.
what I wanted to talk about is something that, you know, with the Book of Earl, again, it'll be the best thing you probably heard all week, probably all month, and it's going to change your life. And this one
sure
comes
it
from
will.
the Book of Earl, chapter 7, verse 14 through about 25. I'm not going to cover all of it, all right, but just the gist of it. But there's something that I always run into in my life when it comes to, you know, parenting and, you know, kids. And it's something that I've started to, you know, look at are the trends of the parents whose kids aren't that good at sports, right? And that, you know, here's the striking problem that I see with most of these parents, and I'm usually quiet about it, is I always hear, well, it wasn't their fault, right? It's just not fair. And I'm sitting here listening to these parents like, what do you mean it's not their fault? For instance, oh, my kid's not eligible. Why not? Grades? Yeah, because the teacher doesn't like him. Oh, is that it? Or is your kid not doing what he's fucking supposed to be doing in that class? Right? And gonna guess to why your kid's not, you know, excelling at sports is probably because the coach doesn't like him either. All right. So you know what we're breeding here is we're breeding a bunch of people who will now be adults, supposed to be educated, that have zero ownership of what they've been doing in their life. Everything else is their fault.
So
And,
Vic can't throw.
right. And this is as old as the test of time. It's always happened. It's not something new. All right. But I'm not the perfect parent. Buddy's not the perfect parent. Dave's not the perfect
Whoa,
parent.
hold up.
You're not. I've seen you. And you know what? last time I was at your house, Quinn was right 60% of the time that you were yelling at him. I'm just saying, and he could hear it. Okay, so but
That's probably true.
but we're not perfect. And I got to thinking, I was like, so for this book of Burl, the headline of the thing is and yes, it is entitlement, okay, but you're not doing your kid any favors by making excuses for them. All right, you're definitely on the other side of that bell curve. You're not doing your kid any favors by beating the shit out of them and making them feel like a piece of shit all the time. All right, so like there's that side, but if you're going to teach this kid to be successful in an American society, all right, one, he has to do whatever the authority figure in that, wherever they're working, going to school, whatever, they have to do what the person in charge says. All right. And yes, we should tell children to question authority, but you don't tell children to challenge the authority of, let's say, a teacher. All right. Unless they're going against a very set of ground rules or ethics. Right. So it's like,
100%.
like if they say, hey, you got to write a paper on, Buddhism, which isn't going to happen in America, but it's something that crazy. You know what? Go write the fucking paper. All right. Learn something. All right. Learn something from that area of the world. So fucking what? Right. And then again, when it comes to sports, and again, I'm really hard on my kids in sports, and it's starting to pay off. So I'm going to get there. I told you so face a few times, in this next couple of years, right? Barring that they stay healthy, because injuries are a part of sports, right? It's like, I made my kids do things like I make them put their phones down. They're not allowed to have their phones in the house, right? They got to go outside and do all of their movement drills and stretches before they do anything with an electronic. Now, does that make me the greatest dad ever? No. But my kids are going to be athletic. They're going to be physically fit. And then when they turn 18 and want to get fat and drunk, good luck, right? But it wasn't because of me. I didn't entitle them to think like, oh, it's okay. You have a thyroid problem. No, motherfucker, you have a didn't work out problem. All right? You had to sit on your ass for fucking 15 years when everybody else was getting jacked. All right? Off my soapbox. That's all I got to say for the Book of Burl is you're not doing your kids any favors by making excuses for them. All right,
Dude,
so
it kind of made me think. Have you heard of that lawsuit that's going on in California where the parents are actually suing like a video game manufacturer because their son, listen to this, their son plays too many video games, spends $400 a month, does not have a job, and is doing shitty in school. And they're actually suing, I don't know if it's Xbox or whatever, but there's a lawsuit out. Like, motherfucker, he doesn't have a job, so you're paying for his video games, and then just take the fucking video games away. Like, in this lawsuit, they're probably going to succeed, man.
Yeah, just like when
really? Failed
like
parenting right there. Failed fucking parenting.
Yeah, and then you look at this and
my mind.
You got Jacqueline on there. So, Jacqueline's saying, entitlement. And again, it's like, at what point in time is it your kid's responsibility? So your kid's fat because he eats McDonald's all the time.
Ball back the TV and the damn video game. Fix the problem.
Now again, you can have all that, right? But you should have your set of priorities until when they can turn that freaking thing on, right? Because again,
Absolutely.
you don't want to shelter your kids in this society from technology. That's not a good idea.
No,
because they are going to need that. All right, they are going to need 100%. That depending on what their goals are. Now, if their goals are different and they don't have to, be in a major city, or they don't have any aspirations to do something on the corporate world, then yeah, go play in the woods, which is what we'll get to with you guys.
A lot of jobs are going to require basic knowledge of a little bit of the technology, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So again, if the shoe fits, all right, like we said before the show, but you're not doing the world any favors, and you're definitely not doing your kid any favors by making excuses for them. All right. So please, for the love of humanity and society, don't do it. All right. I almost get panic attacks thinking I'm too much of an asshole with my kids. Right. I'm like, man, should I be doing that? You know what? They're healthy. They're eating. They're in shape. They're smart. So like, as long as they stay healthy, whatever. All right. I just don't beat them. Okay. That's the thing. Don't beat your kids either. That's stupid. That's bad. Okay. So yeah, I'm off my soapbox. Stop being an entitled little pansy. All right, it is what it is. No,
Should have worn that shirt today.
Yeah, it's not
I'm
it's
just
not the
wearing
teacher.
just
It's not
the
the
tip
teacher's
today.
fault.
Yeah.
Your kid's just been
Yeah.
raised to think it's everyone else's fault but theirs. All right, so it is.
That's pure victim mentality. No,
Yeah, I mean, just like when I go golfing, it's never my fault for the bad shot. It's always somebody
Never,
talking about
never.
backswing.
Yeah,
Right?
yep.
Like,
The
you know,
wind,
like,
the wind.
the wind
Yeah.
picked up, didn't feel
Yeah.
it. You know, like so. I mean,
Yeah.
we're all guilty of it. And again, I am guilty of almost everything that I talk about on this show. So it's not hypocritical. It's just, I've done that before.
Chris, save that spot. Save that. Like,
Yeah.
record that or do
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean, I've already said it. I've already said the book of rules.
That was some great admission there, Nick. That was really,
Yeah.
man, you're really advancing as a human being. That was good.
And
I
again,
like
that's
that.
that's why I've always been better than everything, because I acknowledge, I accept, and I just
Here
work
we
at
go.
it,
Oh,
right?
here we
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
We're
good,
talking
good.
about the run again.
I work. Oh, yeah, the run. Weird,
Jesus Christ.
weird. Oh, now we got the Vatican back up to this. I thought we were over the Vatican, but it is what
We
it is.
are.
All right, buddy.
We are.
Buddy, your turn.
My turn to what?
Oh, you didn't
Yeah.
read the script.
I
You didn't
read
read
the script.
What are you supposed to do?
What to introduce
Yeah.
Jim and Mike?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Jim and Mike. They've both been on the show before. Back again, Jim and
But
Mike.
people watching for the first time might not know
For
that.
people watching for the first time, the guy with all the jackets on is Jimmy, and the guy without the jackets on, that's Mike. And they're going to talk about their organizations
What
and
they got
go.
going on. Yeah,
What
and
they
go.
got
Let's start.
going on.
Let's start with Mike
Buddy.
and let's start with Mike and his duck goose.
Oh yeah. So we play a game of Duck Duck Goose over here at Fort Bragg. No.
Liberty.
Liberty.
Oh, Fort
Oh,
Bragg.
yeah.
Oh, like it. Like
Alright.
it. Like it.
Yeah,
Wow.
there you go.
I can't even
So
believe it.
Liberty.
You don't even know how offended I am right now, Mike.
Yeah.
That's
We gotta
good.
cancel. We gotta cancel this show. Great.
Yeah, doesn't matter what we say now, we're not going to be
Yeah.
on the air.
That's
Nope.
right.
Good job,
Yep.
Mike.
There we go. That's my fault. So it's called retirement. This started right as I'm transitioning in and out of the military. It's for veterans in transition, and the goal is kind of what Dave did off the promo that you guys ran at the beginning. It's we're looking at making sure we don't leave anybody behind. And even if it's just for transition, if they're just trying to find a job, we're making sure that we try to catch everybody as they move out. You have a 24-month stint from the very beginning all the way till you get your 214. And that's a long time. That they give you a month's worth of information to absorb and take in, and to take it all in and to be able to run with it. And it's a little tough for some folks. And it was something as simple for me as like, I missed the 30-day window for getting dental and optometry, and
You had to wait the 6 months or whatever, or
E-
until the next
exact-
enrollment period,
so-
right?
exactly.
I did the same thing.
so it's something as simple
Weird,
as
buddy.
that.
Did
It's
you screw that up?
The dental, no, I got
Yeah.
track care. Dental.
No, I did that all right on time.
Yeah.
I was supposed to.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And
I
well, I mean,
forgot.
it was like a three stage process, where you have to sign up for the
Yeah.
bin feds and then
Oh, just-
pick your provider and all that mess. And I was just like,
Follow the checklist, Mike.
yeah, I didn't. Yeah, two years before
Yeah.
that, and during COVID, I was like, yeah, I forgot something.
Is that for retirement or for just regular transition though?
That's
When you
for-
retire, when you sign up for your medical, like I had regular medical, I did that, but the dental, I missed that boat, the sign in, like whenever you
Exactly.
sign up opportunity. So I had to wait for the next window. Yeah.
Yep, that was
Oh no! I did mine on time, but I did mine on time because I woke up one night for about 3 hours. I woke up at like 1 o'clock in the morning until 3 or 4 in the morning in a cold sweat, freaking out when I was about to retire because I wasn't going to have insurance. I was like, what the fuck am I going to do with that insurance? And then at 4 o'clock in the morning, it finally dawned on me that I was retiring and I would have insurance. And then I was like, you're an idiot, and went back to bed.
Well, there you go. Even if it's a cold sweat,
There you
in the
go.
middle
Good
of
job,
the night for
buddy.
dental.
Yeah.
I mean, that's enough to make somebody think about what they're doing as far as transition goes. And
Yep.
we get together twice a month, the second and fourth Saturday, eat breakfast. We have a solid place that we usually go to, Maple Street in Fayetteville, North Carolina. But we switch it around. We're looking for different veteran organizations that we can go support as well, so we can sit down and bring them some other veterans to support their business and support what we're doing out there. We're in a rebranding process right now, making it to a nonprofit. Yeah, this is so far it's been all just getting together. We've got folks from like different organizations, Wounded Warrior Project, that come to the group. We have Fayetteville Tech that has 2 representatives from Liberty and from the main campus. We're tied into the church that I go to, Manna Church, and we have somebody that works for Manna University out there that shows up. So we have different organizations coming together to do this. The goal is, even if it's not this fall, but one of these years, just get all the nonprofit organizations for veterans out here, bring them together, and just share what we're doing. That way we have like a in or a no. Big picture for what we're doing with pre-retirement is that we'll have a transition specialist for different walks of life. So your chapters, your med board, your 20-year
Ability, yeah.
your less than 20s, and whatever you can think of. Like the goal is to let's fill the gap wherever it's there.
Yeah, it would appear, Mike, that like if you just looked at it on paper, that the market is like saturated with companies like that. And you got like, set, like we always say on the show, 77,000 veteran nonprofits that are aimed to help. But here's where I always push back. Yeah, you got the big daddies like Wounded Warrior Project and like Team Rubicon, the VFW, and all these monster ones. But when we're really talking about helping our brothers and sisters out, you can't have enough of these organizations, because even if it only helps 3 people, because you're in you're outside of Pembroke, right? Yeah. And there's 5 veterans in that entire town, right? Whatever. There might be one that's struggling. And if they have the access to like, oh shit, there's this veterans group that meets in Fayetteville, maybe we should go hang out. Yeah, we did it. So I love the title pre-retirement. Who came up? I could have been you. Had to have been you. Who came up with it? Had to be your wife.
That was me. I was.
Oh, come on.
2 years before getting out, and I'm like trying to think of like what I'm gonna do and exploring and everything like that. And I'm like, I'm not retiring. I'm obviously doing something. I was like, so this is like the prequel to what's going on. So it's pre-retirement. I was like, and I started dubbing it that from there. I mean, you've heard it before from different organizations, but it's exactly that. You're retiring from the military. You got another life to live. You have some more to give. Even if it's just serving, I'm not saying just serving, but if you're out there still serving fellow veterans, then you're still doing it. So whatever that looks like, it's you got more to do, and we're here to support that.
No, that's awesome. And I'm going to be out in the Fort Liberty area next week. You guys got a breakfast coming up next week?
We just did one this morning.
Son of a.
But we'll
be out there again in June for Danny Lukey's retirement, so maybe we can make a breakfast sometime in June. I think. When's the retirement party? On the 10th? Nick? Or on the 13th?
Who's?
Danny's retirement party. So we'll be out there again.
I think it's on the Army's birthday or the day after.
It is. You're right. You're right. Yeah.
Good deal.
Oh, hey, we got Molly Bryan on the chat saying, hello, I'm Molly from Texas and I'm single and I'm 28. Whoa, catfishing. All right. Hey, 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 Molly, you're about to get blocked.
I'm sorry, Molly, but
leave Molly in the chat. It'll be entertaining.
I'm sorry, Molly.
Could be like, hi.
I have a feeling this isn't actually Molly. It's somebody who is in Bangladesh right now trying to steal all your credit card info.
Not a huge deal, Molly, but we only date girls whose middle names aren't guy names. So
Molly Bryant, So she's blocked now. It's blocked. Bangladesh, you're blocked now.
That's probably the one who runs the 20 accounts, the fake accounts that I have that are out there.
Yeah. Exactly.
Probably that guy. Yeah.
You know what? Whoever that is smart, because if you're gonna try to fleece some dudes out of some money, veterans are the ones that will.
Support our farmers.
As we talked about earlier.
What you don't really know, Molly, is if you're going to get money from veterans, you have to have a brick and mortar institution like Sharky's or Secrets.
Yeah,
that's where you get all of our money.
And then you launder it however
you got to earn it.
And then you launder it however you can until you get shut down.
Yeah.
Hey, right. Cheers, man. We got pouring out for.
That's what happened to Mickey, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Pouring out for Mickey.
Good times. Good time. Shut
up. Sorry, Mike.
Liquor for me.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah. So talk about you already talked about the pre-retirement and how that works. Give us a success.
You got a
story.
website, right? Yeah, you got a website. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Nick.
We're on Facebook right now. Again, like I said, we're going through the process of rebranding and making it into a nonprofit. And then we have. I've been doing it without the nonprofit for about 3 years. So it's been going. We went from me sitting down with one guy from the very start, and we have 400 guys on the Facebook page. So it's been picking up. It's a private page intentionally, just so we can make sure we're capturing the right people. We're not just wanting everybody to go on there and ask how. Everybody needs help with the VA claim. So there's plenty of web pages or Facebook pages out there that say, hey, how's it look to do XYZ with my VA claim? Like, we can help you out in that area. And also with that, like, the goal is to have a VSO within pre-retirement at some point. We're building our board right now. We're building our committees. Success story, like, again, Fayetteville Tech, we have a bunch of 3rd Brigade guys that are showing up there.
Hell yeah.
1P. We have I'll give him a shout out, Sean Johnson. He's a recruiter for GDIT right now, and he assists with upgrading your resumes for IT. And then we have like I said, Fayetteville Tech. Shout out to Martin Robinson. I served with him back in 2005 when we were on the trail together. And he's helping with resumes. He worked with HR his entire career, so plenty of knowledge on how to do that. And we just bring folks together. And if I have somebody's like, hey, I need help with my resume or getting this job and how to do it, I'll push them off to one of these guys and say, hey, like, what can we do to help these guys? And then just go from there.
All right, yeah, sounds legit. So if you're in the North Carolina area or the Fayetteville, North Carolina area, make sure you look up pre-retirement up. And if you got a veteran, all right, in your neighborhood that you see struggling, it doesn't hurt you, because again, we invite civilians on Veteran Trash Talk.
Oh, for sure.
Because veterans are in the civilian world. All right, so if you got a veteran that's
civilians,
yeah. All right, so the more we can educate, people who didn't serve about organizations in their neighborhoods, like the one that Mike has in Fayetteville, you can always be like, hey, I've heard about this pre-retirement thing. Have you ever pre-retirement thing and how they're hooking people up? Have you ever looked into that? You never know what that conversation starts or leads to. So again, if you're in the Fayetteville area, look up pre-retirement. Mike, give us the website again for it.
It's on Facebook, yeah. Pre-retirement, Veterans in Transition, or PVIT. We're transitioning, saying pivot for the acronym.
I like that.
We're looking to doing that. Our motto is like the mission, from mission complete to career elite, pivoting into your career, into your next chapter in excellence. So
yeah. And before we go over to Jimmy,
catchy.
Yeah, and Jacqueline says it's also on LinkedIn.
There you go.
Yeah. So before we go over to Jimmy, Mike, I need you closer to the camera. I need you to get closer. We gotta see that thing, like that beard. Like what? Talk about that. What do you got going on there?
It's been going since I retired.
Transition
leave it started, and I just had to let go, and Jacqueline's not letting me get rid of it. So
really?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have to shampoo it at this point in time?
I use a beard wash.
Beard wash, nice. Yeah. Jacqueline likes it. So,
and now up the heart, she likes it. Yep, there you go.
Yeah, so now you're almost everything comes in 3, so you're already at 2 of the 3 things a veteran has to do. All right, you grew a beard, you're starting a nonprofit.
We gotta sell shirts now.
You gotta sell shirts or coffee. So if there's no freaking shirts or coffee coming out of there, have you really succeeded?
That's true.
I don't.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
But now we get to go to. I'm really excited about
stuff,
this,
man.
And I'll do it for Buddy, because Buddy's lost his zest for today. We kind of knew that. He kind of jumped on.
I think Buddy's frozen right now.
I think he's just
tired.
Just
tell him he's frozen, even if he's not frozen.
Maybe we should.
Because all that energy he had pre-show, man, all that fucking
maybe we should.
stuff.
Maybe we should stop wondering if Buddy's going to sign on and just wait for him to sign on 2 minutes prior. That way he has energy.
I was the
But-
second one on the show today, guys.
Yeah, that's great. But I have been, hey Jimmy, I have been asking Buddy for like the last 3 to 4 weeks to get you on, and he kind of argued with me and said he didn't want you on here.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, aren't you friends with him? And so
Yeah.
like, but there's
We
this,
kept telling him, like, hey,
Yeah,
get him on,
there's-
man.
there's this thing that we keep showing before and after every one of our freaking shows, and none of us know what it is. And I think
That's
Buddy's
not
come
true.
on. I think Buddy came on and talked about it once, and it did
We
not
get
have
tons of emails. They're like, somebody's been trying to explain it. That guy,
Yeah.
Buddy, at the end of the show. Like, what are they actually talking about? So
Nobody knows, but
we need
Jimmy,
right?
Warriors
Nobody
for the
knows.
Outdoors, one of the best nonprofits that we've had on here. No offense, Mike, but like they like shoot shit and fish, so it's like really cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jimmy, they don't just go eat breakfast, right? Which I mean, they kill their breakfast, right, and then they eat it.
Yeah.
All right.
Jimmy
So
will
yeah,
kill a
Jimmy,
breakfast.
what do you got going on with this flyer up here?
All right, I am a nonprofit, but I don't take any of the grants because when you take a grant, they got to tell you what to do. So this is how we raise money. Got an AR-10 with a thermal scope on it. Got a Weatherby Vanguard 6.5 Creedmoor with a vortex scope on it. Got a 16-inch wide vacuum sealer. And a buddy of mine, he's a veteran. He makes custom turkey calls, and he's going to donate a turkey call. So that's all the stuff we're raffling off. The tickets are $20 each, or 6 for $100. The drawing is May 16th, and it's just how we raise money for the organization. It does pretty good, and keep on doing it.
And that that's nationwide, Jimmy, or is that just
Yes, sir.
Yep. Okay. Good. Well, that's very important. Buddy never knows the answer to that question, so we've
Yeah,
asked him multiple times on the show. And he's like, he's like, what? I don't know. Like, and I'm like, buddy, you're promoting this shit. You should know the answer to this. Nick kind of gave him shit last time. We actually almost fired him because he didn't know the answer to that, but it's all good.
Yeah, and we're just gonna keep talking so that he cannot get a rebuttal in.
We'll be
Like,
Correct,
because, oh,
correct,
keep
Nick. Because
cutting
we
him
just keep
off.
talking, ignore him. He's freezing again.
Yeah.
Like we can't even hear him.
If you don't expect much,
Love you, buddy.
No, go ahead, buddy.
Well, when Jimmy was talking, so
now he's
I'm gonna let
frozen
him
again.
understand what he was saying. But,
I said, if you don't expect much out of Buddy, you won't be disappointed.
okay, Jimmy has to shut the fuck up now. Everybody shut the fuck up, Jimmy. All right.
We just see
There we
Buddy's
go.
lips moving now.
No,
Nobody can
Jimmy,
hear you, buddy.
Jimmy's not allowed to talk anymore. That's good. That's what I like. Hey, you know what? The thing that Jimmy didn't talk about is what all they do at Warriors for the Outdoors, and like, you know, anybody can go fishing. Anybody can like do a hunt. That shit's easy. But you know, I've been out to Jimmy's cabin a few times. I have not been fishing with him yet because he won't let me. Said something about I will catch.
You're
He
going
said
to
something about me catching all the fish. I don't know. That's what he said. He said he didn't want me to catch all his fish. That being said, it's not the thing that Jimmy does. Like you can go there as one person, two people, whatever. But Jimmy's cabin, how many does that thing hold now? The cabin itself.
comfortably sleep 6.
Yeah, and then he's got
Damn.
a bunch of area outside the cabin for campers or tents or whatever. And what it does is facilitate. I mean, the most important part of that whole property is the damn fire pit, to be honest with you, because everybody goes out. Like the last time I was there, we had a bunch of guys that used to be a 2P way back in the day. You know, they go out
Back when it was hard.
back when it was real. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That taught you guys how to be what you are. Not a big deal, but you know, but they all showed up on Friday, Saturday morning, woke up, had breakfast, went and shot a bunch of guns, and then went and hung out by the fire. And you know, it's the hunting is cool, the fishing is cool, but the healing part and the good part about Jimmy's like for Warriors of the Outdoors is that it's meant to bring a bunch of your veteran friends out that were in your squad or your platoon or whatever.
That's good.
And meet up there. It's a meeting spot where you can hunt, you can fish, but mostly you can sit around a fire and like reconnect with the guys that you don't think are thinking about you. We've talked about it a bunch on the show. You know, every time you think about somebody, you know, Jimmy is probably the best. He's an asshole. Jimmy is an asshole, but he is probably the best person I know that when they think of somebody, they give them a call and just say, "Hey, how you doing?" and ask about your day.
Nobody gives a shit about you, buddy.
Yeah, that's why you call all the time, Jimmy. Shut up, you care. Don't act like you don't. You're a little baby back softy. That's what you are. But
Entitled,
but that place is that place is actually pretty magical for what it does. It brings people together that have like experiences and the same language, and it gives you a place that you could talk. And then the gravy part of it is that you get to go fishing, or you get to go hunt something. But to be honest, you don't have to go fishing or hunting. You can just sit there by the fire, bullshit, have a good meal, and talk to your boys. And then, that's just the one night. But what that does is it ignites a fire in that friendship.
That's right.
That, at least 2 or 3 of those people contact each other for the next, they realize that that is the thing that they've been missing. That's one of the things that they've been trying to deal with. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Saturday, December, we had a reunion at my place, December 9th. That was 20 years to the day. The commander was there 20 years to the day that the unit got the call, said, pack your bags, you're going to Iraq. So all the guys, minus me, went to Iraq. One of the guys had his son there. But it was, the commander was there, Sergeant Major was there. We had a big get together, and it was something special.
Yeah. And I mean, the time before that was also when Brian Cox and Ron Hill and all that were there. That was, like I said, it's always the same thing. It's a good time to hunt, go kill a pig or a deer, or go fishing with Jimmy out on the at his other area. But it honestly, it's the ignition of those friendships again, and those rekindling of those old relationships that help you deal with, everybody. The fact is, you can't carry that rucksack alone. You got to have somebody there that kind of helps lighten the load, and you lighten the load by spreading it around to all your buddies that have the same load. You know what I mean?
So, buddy, if I hearing you correctly, you're
my
saying
analogy
that
is flawless. So
what you're saying to the audience right now, and for those of you that will download this later and listen to it on the podcast platforms, is that if you go to Warriors for the Outdoors and enter this raffle, one, you might win a weapon, an AR-15 with a thermal scope on it.
No,
and if you don't,
AR-10, so 308.
Okay, an AR-10 with a thermal scope, right? You might win one of that. You might win that. But if you don't win it, that money is going to an organization that does exactly what Buddy just says.
You know what that money is going to? That money is going to buy eggs so that Jimmy's wife can make eggs in the morning when people are there, and eat breakfast and sausage, and it's going to buy ammunition so that people can shoot hogs. It's actually not Jimmy's not taking that money.
Right.
Look at Jimmy. Jimmy's wearing an old hoodie right now. He ain't got money for new clothes. The reason is because he's using all that money for the outdoors.
Can we start a fundraiser for him to get new clothes?
Yeah.
Nobody wants new clothes.
Nope. Broke in, fuck you, don't that's my clothes.
And then, hey, I just want to clarify for the viewers.
GoFundMe, let's go.
Yeah, AR stands for automatic rifle, correct? So it's an automatic rifle of 308?
Yeah.
Is that what it stands for?
Awesome.
Automatic rifle, yeah. It can shoot thousands of rounds in 2 seconds.
Yeah, like Sleepy Joe says, come on, man. Nobody needs
a bullet
that goes, nobody needs a bullet that goes 5 times the speed of another bullet.
Oh my God.
Basically light round. Anyway,
I feel for the guy. He needs to go to retirement home.
That money is 100% getting used. That money is 100% getting used for the people that are going there. It's not being used for anything else. I can guarantee it because I've been there and I've seen it. And I've seen it in use.
When I first started the organization, it was 2019. We had a pop-up camper there that was donated to me by a buddy of mine. It was falling apart, and we had the same fire pit. Now we got a pavilion to get underneath of the cabin, and in a couple of years we're going to build another big bunkhouse just to hold about 20 bunks, and just for try to get bigger, more, make the next one bigger. We Well, we had, buddy, 30 people, 32 people.
So it was a lot. Yeah, I think it was. It was around 30 people. But and then the funny thing is that there were
how long?
There were 30 some odd people. There was the bunkhouse that holds 6 or so, and then there were maybe 7 or 8 campers. Everybody just shows up and sleeps where they and sleeps in their buddies' campers or does whatever. It's a great time, and like I said, it's not something that one person goes there and Jimmy takes some fishing or Jimmy takes some hunting. It's a thing where Jimmy's had fathers and sons out there. He's had
nice.
He's had everybody from Navy whatever guys to freaking Navy SEALs and paratroopers. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're a veteran and in the military and you want to take your kid out to go do some hunting, Jimmy.
But just to clarify, paratroopers do get priority. Like if there's ever like a scheduling
Dude,
conflict.
I've had everything there from Coast Guard to CAG guys. I've had them all there, man. It's everybody gets
pretty much the same thing.
Full bird colonels to privates, it doesn't matter. When I get there, my name is Jimmy. Your name is Steve or Bob, whatever. There's no fucking rank there.
My name is Master Sergeant.
So
yeah,
I would.
Jimmy, how long have you been operational now? Jimmy, how long has this been going? Because I remember when you came on the show, it was still in. I think it was pretty much still in a startup phase, though. But like, how long have you been going
phase?
now?
Yeah.
Bought the property in 2019 and got the nonprofit done fall of 2019.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's what's up, man.
But hey, a big shout out to Travis for sending us some stars, and so did Frank Adelado, a former 2P guy. He's in the El Paso region as well. He still refuses to hang out with me. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't that good of a leader for him. But we weren't even in the same platoon, dude. You can't judge me. We need to hang out. You know Frank, right, Mike? Adelado?
I used to smoke everybody.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Yeah. Fuck that guy. He's a dickhead. First of all, hey, for anybody else watching, Zamora was my PRC instructor, and again, another free tab for me. I got the free Pathfinder badge from Buddy, and I got the free Ranger tab from Zamora. I really didn't do anything about
it all makes sense now.
Just new people, right? That's all you had to do.
Hey, at least you went though, so I have no room to talk.
You just gotta show up.
Yeah, you just gotta show up.
And then I was honor grad. I don't know what that whatever. So, yeah, I think Jimmy, you got anything else you want to make fun of Buddy again? Because we like that.
You can't kick a retarded kid while he's down.
What?
But I do want to say, what did we have at your house, Buddy? Barbecue, what? Pork tips or whatever they were called?
Oh, pork belly.
Pork belly. Those were freaking delicious. So if you're ever in the Clarksville, just go to his address. You can look it up on Facebook. Just look up.
You better make sure there.
Knock on the door and say pork bellies. Yeah. But anyways,
a part of VTT, you'll be good to go.
Hold on. Hey.
You got Jimmy. What you got?
I want to thank you guys for having me on here again and supporting it, and everybody out there that supports. I can't do this shit alone, and I get just as much therapy out of helping you guys out and everything. That fire pit he was talking about, it's magical, man. There's been a lot of hearts healed around that thing. It saves some lives.
Absolutely. And, oh no, 100%. We all
cheers of fucking that. Cheers of that.
And we do this show for that same reason, because like we said, with our mission with Veteran Trash Talk is with social media, we can always get together at some point. Right? We can get on a Zoom call. We can get, go on Facebook Live and chat. And we all know that this happens almost every show. And I'm guarantee you it happens around Jimmy's bonfires. It happens at Mike's breakfast, to where there might be somebody there quiet, but they're listening. All right. And they're listening to somebody else talk about probably the same freaking thing or something very close, the same demon that they're dealing with. Right. And so I know the Native Americans, are telling story, just by telling a story, right? It's healing. And so we'll do a reverse backwards AAR. So that's what we kind of just talked about is, getting connected. And again, if you say, I don't want to start a nonprofit because there's already so many of them, we can't have enough of them. All right. So thanks, Mike, for starting it. Jimmy, thanks for starting yours. And anybody
All right.
on the interweb that's watching us, if you have a nonprofit like what was his name, Craig Murphy in the chat, Craig, message us. We'll promote that nonprofit. Just tagging it on Facebook maybe doesn't hit the algorithm, but we'll actually just talk about it, and then we get a lot of downloads on the audio part of it on what is it, Spotify, Apple, iTunes, all that stuff. So people listen. And again, let's just keep this going to where if anywhere I go, like somebody calls me and says, "Hey, man, I'm having trouble." Why? I know a guy in South Carolina. All right, you got a fire team you want to go take down there and hang out for a weekend, whatever. We can arrange that. So that's what we talked about there. Obviously, if you pay attention to the Big Earl, your life always changes, and it changes for the better. All right. So remember, don't be an entitled, parent. Okay, your kid, you might love your kid just as more than any other parent loves their kid, but you're not doing the world or that kid any justice by making excuses for them. So getting bad grades, it's not the fucking teacher's fault. Got it? All right. So that's that. And then the Vatican apparently has old books in it. All right. So yeah, who knew? Right. And if you read them, you might find out that they killed a lot of people in the name of Catholicism, right? Back in the day. You'll also find out
that never happened.
Yeah, you'll also find out that they did not stop or speak out publicly against Adolf Hitler. You might find that out too. Maybe in an old book. We just know it happened already. And then the other thing is nobody gives a shit about your old religion anymore, homie. Right? Like, be a good person and follow whatever faith you feel like following. If it makes you be nice to people,
right.
I'm for it. But if it makes you be an asshole and chop people's heads off, I'm not going to say which one that is. That's not a good one. All right, so
or at least don't do that part.
Don't do that part.
Pay attention to that part.
Don't do that part.
Words, gentlemen. Michael, Jimmy. Any final words? Jimmy, you probably already covered it. Go ahead if you want to again.
I to say everything happens for a reason. January 13th was 20 years cancer free. I got diagnosed with brain cancer and beat it. Because I got diagnosed what I did, I was able to start what I have. And you can find sugar, you can find shit in any situation. It just depends on how you want to look at it. My 10-year follow-up MRI, I went to the VA hospital in Columbia, and I met my wife. She's an MRI tech, and she's the backbone of this organization. I couldn't fucking do it without her, and I can't not give her a shout out. She supports this stuff. I've got 4 guys at the farm right now. A buddy of mine taking 3 guys from Florida on a hog hunt because I had some stuff to do around the house and had family come in to help me. And I've got a backbone of this organization, my wife, me, and then buddies that help support it. And we can't do this shit alone. And we are, in the end, we are all we got. We got to love each other and look out for each other.
Fuck yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Except for the master sergeant.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
That's beautiful.
I'm out. I'm gonna go spend time with my wife. She's been working a lot. Love you guys. Be good.
Yes, sir. Love you, brother.
Everybody said hey.
Hey, Craig, like I said, message us. We'll get back to you.
What is Craig still?
Yeah, Craig wants to come on.
Yeah, Craig, we'll bring you on. This is what it is.
Craig, we'll bring you on.
I mean, we brought Mike on.
Yeah, somehow.
What is the NVDA? No veteran dies alone. He put it right there.
Yeah, literally right spelled that out for you. Yep.
Yeah.
Jesus, buddy. Oh my God.
After that.
Don't worry. Hey, don't worry, Craig. Buddy with Special Forces, they don't do acronyms.
Hey, you know what we do? We put parentheses after. I'm just saying, maybe we put
or you capitalize the first letter of each one that you're going to the neighborhood.
He did.
There you go. That's nice. That's what that college education did for you, Nick.
Austin in the house.
Home of the Gubs, guys. Home of the Gubs.
Dave.
Sven. You covered it. Michael was going to have some final words. Thanks for
final word thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Say thank you guys. I appreciate you guys having us up here.
Jesus, Nick.
I know I was a last minute fill in for Nick. And it's great to see 2P continue to do what they do as far as all you guys, and good to know that Jimmy was in 2P as well. So we're in good company as far as that goes. I appreciate it. Big thanks to my wife. she's encouraged me a lot through this time. I wasn't gonna do nonprofit. I was gonna keep it at a small level and just continue to meet with guys, and she's pushed me through it. And then there's a lot of guys that have been there from the very beginning that keep on going there, and they keep on supporting. They keep on giving us how we can improve on what we're doing as far as this organization. And if you guys are ever in town, Nick, I know you said you're coming in sometime
I'll be
soon.
there on Monday.
June. We'll be there
Monday?
in June, brother. We'll be there in June. I'll be there in June.
Let me
Nick will
know.
be
We'll
back
do
in
an
June.
impromptu as far as your schedules go, and even if it's not on one of the weekends we meet, like we just did it for another buddy of mine that was on the trail with us Thursday. Just we did a dinner and just got together and we're able to do some fellowship there. So every little bit helps.
Awesome. Sven Dunkel, Dankeschön. Is he a German pilot? Did he say he was a German pilot?
Yeah. And then 93. And then you got PJ says he's going to beat me in golf on our birthday trip. That's not going to happen, PJ.
We're actually about to go play top golf.
PJ, you don't have enough money, and you do have some money. You do not have enough to gamble with me in golf.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Nick will fucking annihilate you in golf.
Wow, guys. First of all,
not a pilot. Sven Dunkel, you said you were a pilot in 93.
You said you were a pilot in 93.
It said he was in the Air Force. That's it.
It's a pilot.
Infantry. He said a pilot. ABC.
By the way, I just want to tell you that Nick, you might want to watch what you're saying to PJ, because if he pulls the power of the beard, you got nothing to do. He could just.
First of all, he doesn't believe in the Old Testament. He doesn't even know who Samson is. All right, there is no power. There is no power. Okay,
he's gonna drive.
PJ says, "I'm broke. Just don't work me over, dude." Shut up, PJ.
Yeah.
Oh
God.
God.
Go take your party bus to your son's game on Sunday for the Lakers. I know you're going. But let's get out of here, Dave.
What the
Close
fuck
this
is a
out.
rubber fucker? No,
You
what does
already
Sven Dunkel
closed
say
this
now?
out.
He's going ape shit.
I didn't close this out. He's got to do a
Yeah,
shirt
you
promo.
did. You did. There's nothing
You
else
didn't
to
even
cover.
do one. You did not do one shirt promo. Literally says it twice in the script. Twice.
What's a script?
Do it once. I spent 30 seconds on that fucking thing yesterday on the toilet.
I have to pee so bad.
So I am wearing my favorite shirt today.
And Buddy
It's called-
disrupted me when I was doing that on the toilet. Yeah, go ahead.
It's called Just a Tip. Okay.
Yeah.
This is my favorite one right here. And you can find that at shop.
Hold on, I gotta tell a story. Hold on, I gotta tell a story.
I thought you had to pee.
Hold on.
I got a few more minutes. Let's go.
Give me a second. So I had to go pick Quinn up from school yesterday. There was another kid in the office who was like picking something up from the office, but he had his backpack on, and he had a patch on the back of his backpack that said "Just the Tip" and had a bullet underneath it, and then it said "Pull out" and it had a grenade underneath it. I almost died. Like, yeah.
This is a great conversation starter. Like, this is a fun one. So you should all
We
go
need to
buy
get
it.
one apparently that has a grenade that says "Pull out."
We do have one that has a grenade.
Does
It's
it say
called
"Pull
Plan
out"?
B. Yeah, no, it says Plan B. And then it's
That's problematic.
We'll save that for next week. We'll save that for next week.
Skip the morning after pill and just pull out. Yep. Next step.
Yeah.
Chris, turn
Let's
it
go.
off.
We'll catch you guys next Saturday.
This is a food warning. The UN warns of an unprecedented global hunger crisis. In fact, it's predicted by 2030 that 800 million folks will struggle to feed their families, which means two dangerous things for you. Number one, higher prices at the grocery store. Number two, less food available. And when panic strikes, it will be chaos, making it even harder to get the food your family needs to survive. That's why it's vital, more than ever, to have a survival food stockpile. Introducing the deluxe 3-month survival food kit from 4 Patriots. It has 688 servings of meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, with delicious recipes like pancakes, mac and cheese, Aztec chili, and potato soup. They've even got spaghetti and lasagna. This isn't your typical survival food, and over 200,000 smart Americans agree. This is survival food that actually tastes good. But best of all, it's designed to last up to 25 years.